All right, so um, I just got finished watching some of the matches today, Premier League football matches, and it was quite interesting just because we live in a time where people have such crazy immediate reactions to everything. Like Arsenal, for example, they lost against Manchester United at home, and then they had a bit of a dodgy result against Carrot. They still won. They won 3-2, but maybe not as convincing as it should have been at home. And people were so worried about, oh, well, is this going to destroy their season, blah, blah, blah. Going to Leeds, that's so difficult, which it is. But people were just saying, oh no, how are they going to manage to beat them? And then they ended up winning comfortably 4-0. And then all of a sudden, oh, they're on track again. Crisis averted. And then Chelsea played West Ham after that. And Chelsea were at home. And they went 2-0 down in the first half. And then they said, something's got to change. Oh, everything's falling apart. Oh, it's a catastrophe. And, I'm a Chelsea fan. So, yeah, I was sitting there thinking, God, this is bad. It looks like West Ham are going to win their first match at Stamford Bridge in a very long time. And part of me was pretty disappointed at that because I thought, well, Chelsea are actually doing quite well at the moment. They've got a good vein of form. The team's a lot better. Players a lot better in general. And then West Ham were struggling. They're in the relegation zone. They're fighting for survival. And then all of a sudden they can go to Stamford Bridge and boss Chelsea around. I just thought, this is shit. So I thought to myself, well, Liam Rosenior, he's a calm, collected gentleman. And he'll go in there, he'll have some harsh words to say, but they'll be fair, and the players will come out, and they might not necessarily win, but at least the performance will be a lot better. And they returned to the pitch for the second half. They played extremely well. They ended up scoring 3 goals. The substitutes were massive. João Pedro coming on, huge change. The other substitutions made as well were really impactful. Then you had João Pedro scored 1 goal. Then Cucurella, who came on as well, he scored the second goal, diving header, lovely. And then the third goal, Enzo Fernandez made a Lampard-esque run to the edge of the box and fired it in, and he just takes off his top and he's celebrating because this is in the very last moments of the match. It's an added time. So, yeah, wonderful once again. And then, I wasn't like, oh my God, that's so crazy, I can't believe that happened. No, I was, I thought, okay, it'll be a surprise if they came back, but a very small surprise. I thought they had every chance to come back. It was fine, but then you had these volatile reactions. I'm so glad I didn't check, X or Threads or whatever, so any other social media posts, because they would have been calling for all the players to be replaced and the manager to be replaced as well. But yeah, Liam Rosenior, he came out and he said all the right things, and he basically just said, we've got the ability to come back, and players just had to make some tactical alterations and just fight for it, and they won. Then you had Liverpool, Newcastle after that. Liverpool at home, Newcastle score 1 goal, they're leading. Oh, well, it looks like Liverpool are going to struggle. Oh, it's, the season's completely falling apart. Once again, you get these reactions, and then Liverpool just come back, score 2 goals in the first half. They go in at halftime 2-1, and then in the second half, they score another 2 goals. Konate getting a goal at the very end, in memory of his late father as well. He's recently passed. So that was a touching moment. And yeah, Florian Wirtz, a player that people were saying, oh my God, what a waste of money. He's the second most expensive Premier League player ever, and he's not performing well, and he's useless, and blah, blah, blah. Well, look at him now. He's got 6 goals in 10 matches. He's got a few more assists as well. So what's that? Almost 10 goal involvements in 10 matches, maybe 10 goal involvements in 10 matches. He's playing really well in general, and he just needed time, just needed the support and the help and some time to start playing like the player he is. And yeah, fair play to him. And the biggest takeaway from these kind of things, especially in the domain of sports and fandom in general, is that so many people are overly emotional and super reactive, and perhaps it's because we live in a time where we just expect everything instantly. I mean, I remember when I was a kid and you had to wait a day or something for something to download. Oh my God, wow, it takes so long. But that's just the way it was. But nowadays, people just, they can get it so much quicker. I mean, things that took a day to download, like 20 years ago, when I was a kid, they take like a minute to download now. Maybe not even. Like seconds. It's crazy. So we live in an era where there's just no more patience. I mean, like online dating as well, that's another thing. Swipe, 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 swipe. There's just not much need to give anyone time or consideration. It's like shopping. You've just got such an abundance of choice. You don't need to sit there and properly discern what's better. You've just got so many options that you can just flick through them, and then you can make a spare of the moment decision. I suppose that's mostly the girls doing that rather than the boys, but that's just one example. There are many examples of that in life. You can talk about fast food as well, all that kind of stuff. Communication as well. People just expect people to reply instantly, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, unfortunately we live in a world where patience is very scarce, and it's ironic because if you want to get great at any skill and develop great ability in anything, you need to be patient. You need time. And it's like I remember a few years ago I started driving a little bit again. It had been quite a few years since I'd driven, and I was struggling a little bit. It was a car I'd never driven before, and I was with my my father. He was in the passenger seat, and he was going on about, you can't have forgotten so much in this time. You can't have forgotten so much already. And I thought, I haven't driven properly, actually properly, in 6 years. And I didn't expect to be amazing at it. I didn't expect anything like that. I just said, look, I don't need instant success. I'm just going to practice a little bit, and then I'm going to get better. That's why we have practicing. It's the most important part of the formula of improving. it's a very simple concept, but unfortunately, people have just lost the ability to be patient with practicing. And I see that with so many things, like with acting as well, and Taekwondo. It's like you're doing some stuff in Taekwondo. Oh, that's not right. That's not blah 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 whatever. But I believe in you. You could do this. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course. You just take the practice. And people just think that you can do things, within a few days, a few lessons, a few sessions, whatever it is, a few practices. It's not the case. And then, a few practices later, when you do get all this stuff right, they go, oh, okay, wow, now you can do it. Oh, wow, yeah, I always knew you could do it. Oh, blah, oh. And then I just think, no, if you always knew someone could do something, you don't straight away, instantly start going on about, this is bad. Oh, you need to get better at this. Blah, 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 blah. No, you don't have these erratic emotional outbursts. You sit there and you figure these things out with the people you're working with. And it's a calm way to traverse the sessions of incremental progress that you're having. And by doing that, you develop discipline and you develop consistency, and ultimately that's how you get better at anything. And it's so funny. It's common sense, but common sense is uncommon these days. So yeah, never overestimate how rare certain knowledge is and certain concepts. What I used to call common sense, as I say, it's just uncommon sense now. So I think communication is a big way to sort of remedy all this. I just make it clear to people. This is, where it's going to take time. Just stay with it. Stay the course. And everything will be fine. But above all else, if you do believe in someone, then you will give them a reasonable amount of time for them to fulfill their potential. And I intend to surround myself with those people. Anyone who's not like that, I dramatically reduce the amount of time I'm with them. Keep it short and sweet. But anyone who is willing to do that, I surround myself with those people. Because those are the people who are really going to help you move up in life. And when you have success, those are the people who will have helped you get that success. Okay, well, this video has gone on for quite a long time. I just want to jump back into YouTube, I suppose, do some videos, and there will be more on the way. So for anyone who has bothered to watch this or who found it interesting, for anyone who this might help, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for engaging, and hopefully I will be able to engage with you much more in the near future. All right, everyone. Good night.